Good morning, children. Daniel Sakar has come back once again today on 29th October today, and you know that I would like to revise alternative English for the first year students, first year, second year alternative English. Today's topic is the Happy Man. Happy Man is a short story, and in my first class I have already revised. Today I would like to give you the important question answer of the board examination. Happy Man. It is about a doctor named Stephen. British doctor. He was not happy at all in his work, in his service. आप मतलब हम लोग कितने So Stephen, who was a British doctor, once he met the writer, and the writer he came there to the writer for suggestion, advice. But writers are really very intellectual person. He doesn't want to give any suggestion to people because some people don't like it. It is very difficult to give suggestion and advise people because most of the people don't like any suggestion. Here, Stephen came to the writer one day and Stephen said he would like to change. He don't like to stay in England. He would like to go to Spain to stay there. But before going there, before taking the decision, he would like to take the decision. He would like to take suggestion whether it will be worth going or not. So Stephen met the writer in his own apartment. Stephen began the story. He was brought up by two old aunts. He had never been anywhere. He had been married for 6 years, but sorry to say, he has no children. Stephen was a medical practitioner working in a very good place, good salary, good perk, income is good. But he is not happy over there in England. He was brought up by two old aunts staying in the same house. He was working at the Camberwell Infirmary. It's a very big and renowned hospital over there in England. He was disgusted, irritated, and not happy at his routine to work. He could not think of leading such a uninteresting life. Life of doctor, maybe income is good, but their life is routine life. No extra time to enjoy. So Stephen was not happy with his life, normal life over there in England. Writer looked at him, why the person has come there to meet him. He was strong built and was 30 years old. When Stephen came to meet the writer, he was a young, strong young man of 30 years. Stephen asked him if there was a chance for an English doctor in Spain. That means he would like to reside here. He would like to go and work in Spain. Before going there, he would like to take the advice from the writer because writer had written a book about Spain and he was there. He knows the place perfectly and very good idea. But the writer did not refuse him but not encourage him. He did not encourage him also. He said that you have to take your own decision. You may go there, you may not got enough money, and Stephen doesn't want money. He wants free life. Routine life he doesn't like. He wants free sunshine, bright sunshine, free life, happy life. Want to live in peace. That's why he wanted to change. After 15 years, writer been in Survey. There he became ill and he wanted to visit an English doctor. The cab driver took him to Stephen, who was already over there. 15 years he had been working over there in France. His first wife, British wife, did not want to go to Spain. So Stephen went to Spain and there he settled. He remarried another French woman, staying in a house, in a very ordinary house, not so aristocratic residence. But he was happy. Writer, who had already forgotten about Stephen, once he came to Spain and became sick. He wanted to go to meet a doctor. So the cab driver took him to Spain and took him to Stephen. There, Stephen at the third place recognized but did not say anything. The doctor also, but the doctor could not recognize Stephen. Stephen, when the doctor wanted to offer him some fees, Stephen did not accept. Because only for his suggestion, Stephen came here to settle in Spain. Though the writer could not recognize and remember, but Stephen did not forget. He told that he was the first person who came for suggestion, who came there to meet the writer in his apartment in England. Then, when he told that, the writer revived his memory, understood that it is the person whom he gave suggestion. This is the story. But what is important here? Why it is important for class 2? Let us see the question. First question, what makes the writer wonder? Wonder. When Stephen came to meet him, the writer became surprised and wondered. The writer wonders of the self self confidence of politicians reformers and such like who advise people confidently. To follow certain ideas. Habits to live happily. Happily. First question is, what makes the writer wonder? The writer wonders of the self-confidence of politicians, reformers, and much like who advise people confidently to follow certain ideas, habits, to live happily. Question number 2. Why does the writer hesitate to give advice? Why? Why does the writer hesitate? We don't like to give advice to people. Because the answer is the writer hesitates to give advice to others others because he hardly knows anything about people around him. Around him. And the advice seekers. advice seeker. He fears that his advice he fears that his advice might ruin him. Look at the answer. The question is the writer, why does the writer hesitate? Means don't like to give, are not interested to give. The writer hesitates to give advice to others because he hardly knows anything about people. Because it is impossible to know. A lot of people are there whoever comes, who don't know about their history, about their life, about their activities. So how can you give them advice? Around him and the advice seeker who comes there, who do not know about their past life. He fears that his advice might ruin him if, for the suggestion, if he is ruined, if he is destroyed, if he met an accident, or if he made a lot of losses, then he will blame. That's why the writer doesn't want to give advice to anyone. Question number 3. Why does the writer call people prisoners? Question number 3. Why does the writer call people prisoner? Prisoner. Prisoners. Prison. Those who were taken in prison. The writer says answer. The writer says each one of us is a prisoner in a solitary tower. And he communicates with the other prisoners by conventional sign. By conventional sign which have not quite the same meaning for him as for himself, meaning for them as for himself. For them as for himself. Question number 4. What is the impression about life? What is the impression about life? Impression, life. Answer. His impression about life is that life is difficult. Difficult. Business. Life is difficult business. He found it hard. He found it hard enough to make his own a complete and rounded things. And rounded things. Question number 4. What is the impression about life? Impression of the poet about us. His impression, this poet's impression about life is that life is different, difficult business, not easy, not bed of roses. He found it hard. Life is not soft and it is not simple, it is complicated, hard. Enough to make his own a complete and rounded things. Question number 5. I have seen myself for a moment wrapped in the dark cloak. Wrapped in the dark cloak of destiny. This is the quotation from the book. I have seen myself for a moment wrapped in the dark cloak of destiny. This is the direct narration of the writer. But explain what does it mean? Why he says so? What is the actual meaning of this? Let's see. The answer is the writer firmly believes answer. Writer firmly believes that man cannot lead, that man cannot lead life as he wants, life as he wants. Man is fated. He must do what destiny do what destiny designed. For him, designs for him. So he says, I have seen myself for a moment wrapped in the dark cloak of destiny. The fifth and the last question of this topic on this paragraph, I have seen myself for a grand moment wrapped in the dark cloak of destiny explained. The writer firmly believes, sanguine and sure about it, that man cannot live life as he wants. We have a lot of ambition and aim. Are all those ambitions and aims are fulfilled? Have you reached up to the mark? No. Man is fated, lives on fate, believes on fate. He must do what destiny designs. Destiny is the main things. It is there in his hand. He is designed and designed for us. We are the only servants. So he says, I have seen myself for a moment wrapped in the dark cloak of destiny. What we are, it was not our aim. We have a lot of aims. When you are young, if you say, what's your aim? You may say a lot of things. But at the old age, you will realize that the aims are not fulfilled. I'm not discouraging you. I'm encouraging you. If you have an aim, if you have an ambition, try hard. Work hard and stick to it. Because failures are the pillar of success. If any failure comes, don't. Okay, that is why if any failure comes, don't get lost. Failures are the pillar of success. Thank you very much. I think you like this answer.